Yes, yes, they want to have votes and democracy, and he
Yeah,
looks troubled.
and
Rights.
what's wrong with that?
Well, it's been going along so well, and it's difficult mainly because there are grandchildren or great grandchildren, and we've been just trying to treat it as though they've been having a tantrum. But
I understand that when things were getting set up, it needed control and direction, but your population has reached a point where
yes,
you potentially need to look at other forms of governance.
I'm beginning to think that perhaps many of the older ones have outgrown these lands. That makes me sad.
Mm. And that's the other thing you need to consider. Do you want to move on to somewhere else? Do you go somewhere else here, or do you go to a completely different world?
I'm not sure. This land has been our home for
2
2
weeks?
years.
No, sorry, 2 years.
2 weeks. You look like you like that crack. Oh,
it was
yes,
a joke.
humor. Yes, thank you. Claire looks sad. He says,
Sorry.
well,
Obed, parts of Obed keep slipping in. It's
ew, says Claire, thinking the wrong thing immediately.
yes, it is.
Darius looks troubled and he says, well, I can see you have your own problems. We'll figure this out. They've given us their list of demands, nailed them to the palace door, and then set fire to part of the palace to get us to open the door and read them.
And let me guess, the list of demands got burnt because they didn't think it through very well?
No. We're reluctant to change. I guess maybe we've gotten too set in our ways. I feel there's so much we can pass on to the younger generations, but
so what is wrong with what is wrong with democracy and still passing things on? I mean, you could look at things like having a Senate or something as an example. Having representatives from the size of Kinley. I suppose the question is it just going to be Kinleyville, or is it going to be Kinleyville and all the outlying towns?
Yes, exactly. There's so many questions, and many of the people that are trying to do this have never governed before. It's easy to say tear this down, but it's hard to keep things going afterward. They don't have the
and that's the thing. I think people once they have to run things, they may find themselves in for a rude shock as to what's actually involved in the decision making and all that sort of stuff.
But want to give
in some ways they may not know unless they have to deal with it. But there's nothing to say you can't be here to at least advise to help the transition.
I think it's time for us.
Or do you want a clean break?
Yes. Well, I think that it might be best to leave them for a time so that they can discover on their own.
I mean, you at least set things up to get the ball rolling.
No, they would see that as interference. They would see that as we're trying to maintain our power. It may be just time for us to move on. There's only a few hundred of us left, the originals.
Seems like there's a lot of land out there. Why don't these Ice Torque people just start their own settlement?
That's part of the problem. More work.
I think it's more about them. Yeah, that this is where they've lived. This is where they've grown up. So this is where they think they want.
Yes.
This is their town.
Can you suggest a good place for us?
Sorry, what were you going to say, Dana?
Well, I think a very good mission for you founders would be as researchers and librarians, silence, and holders of your experience before you forget. And then possibly you could, be roles as if people wanted to come to study.
Perhaps, but I would like to give them some space, maybe for a year or two.
Yes.
Space to grow on their own.
It would be a good pilgrimage spot over there.
Yes. Well, I don't want to inhabit the same world and start all over. I was wondering if maybe you knew of a new place we could go to live quietly for a while without so much responsibility. He looks at his wife lovingly. Just to be alone for a while. Maybe concentrate on other things.
So you wouldn't be able to get to there.
How long are we talking?
You'd be able to get to there.
A year or two, maybe. I'm not sure.
You'd be able to get to there, but it is inhospitable. It'd be no good for you. All right, so if we go through the places that you would be able to travel to.
Well, just the good ones. We don't want to go somewhere shitty.
No. I was just thinking if we talk about each of the locations, we can then cross it off the list to work out which ones are good, which ones are bad. So you know about Burlington, and you know the pros and cons of Burlington already.
We know Burlington is dull.
As I said, you know the pros and cons of Burlington already.
Yes.
Then you have Beastkin lands.
Isn't that the area that you... Yes. Many of our people have been there.
Yes, some of your people are there as teachers and as English as teachers and stuff, yes.
Perhaps that would be good for a vacation for now. What else do you have in mind?
So, I mean, Beastkin, depending on the nature of it, you'd need to bring resources along because whether or not we'd need to organise it with the governess or something, because I don't know how they react to an influx of a couple of hundred Australians.
Well, plus we have many non-humans in our ranks because people like to generate strange characters.
Well, yes, and that's going to be the biggest problem in Beastkin is elves basically kill on sight.
Let's not do Beastkin.
I'm trying to teach them out of that because of my wards, who are the reason I came here is to see how they're going. And that's partly why I brought them here, is because they were interested in coming here because there were elves here. Whether or not they're real elves or not didn't really matter to them. It was the fact that there were other people here who treated them.
Not your son.
He says. treat them as people as opposed to looking at their point of views and
treating them as people. Or
yes. Well, you did want to increase the gene pool.
Yes, he has done his part, and then some.
So then you have Gothic, where the painting was, and some of your people were inside the painting in Gothic.
Gothic is interesting.
Yes, it's now gone into a military dictatorship.
I've heard.
Again, having a couple of hundred people suddenly turn up there. I mean, it'll draw attention to Clems, having hundreds of people pouring out of it.
Maybe we could go in smaller amounts. How are they for elves and things? We've had a lot of people say.
Elves are slaves.
That's not really ideal.
No. As I said, I'm going through the places, and so we can talk about the pros.
Surely you have something else.
There's a abandoned village in Canada.
But that's sub-zero snow conditions, subarctic conditions.
It's in the Arctic, but
that doesn't sound good.
There's already buildings and shitloads of firewood,
which are pretty much all collapsed under the snow drifts and stuff.
He says
they were.
You've got Sherma, but we would not. But then you wouldn't be able to get there currently.
But just places we can go to, please. Don't tempt me with things we cannot have.
No, Sherma's an interesting one because we had some thoughts in regards to building a Clems in a location. We don't have a Clems at the moment.
Oh. So how are they toward elves there?
It's 1890s. Sorry, it's not 1890s. It is a mashup of 2000, the year 2001, and the 1980s.
So it's an ancient historical piece, he says.
Yes, yeah.
But how are they about elves and goblins?
Well, I mean, they're just humans. They're just humans.
Once a year on Halloween, you'd be all set.
Yes.
I see. So one day a year we're fine. The rest is a problem.
Gotham I don't know if Gotham's reopened yet, and I don't know what the state of that world is. We haven't been there, so we can't comment on it because I don't know if anybody's tried going there since it got reset.
I've heard bad.
Dino World.
Yes, there's Land of the Lost. But then there's the Slee Stack there. I don't know if the Slee Stack particularly. And again, you can't get there via Clems, and I don't know of any. Oh, there is a gate here that goes there, isn't there?
It's
it would
you have
require
to go from MMO to Burlington to Canada to Dino World.
Yeah, it is It is possible to do. You guys can. The people you're talking about leaving or everybody that can travel through gates, so it is possible to get there.
Could we make a good life there?
It's Land of Lost. It's like a dinosaur jungle.
It'd be hard.
It'd be hard. There's reptiles which are currently in slumber, and as long as you don't go and annoy their city where they set up, if you kept away from them. But there's like pterodactyls and other dinosaurs and stuff, and giant tomatoes. Food doesn't seem to be too hard to come by. We found every time we were there, it was quite easy to get food. There was
when you say dinosaurs, are you talking about like from Jurassic Park 18?
T-Rexes.
Oh my God!
Pterodactyls.
I don't want to do that. That's crazy. Who would go there?
As I said, I'm going through the locations we currently have access to.
Do you have any nice places? Any happy places?
There's this place. There was a place called Kinleyville that was a happy, nice place that we used to come to.
I missed it, Jesus.
Burn.
But yeah, I don't know. Have I missed out on any location, guys, that we currently have access to?
Are you familiar with Smurfs?
No.
How are they
No. They're currently at war with the Kepler elves, so no. That's not a nice location.
It's okay. You'd have to wear bunny costumes all the time.
All the time?
In public.
And leave pamphlets to a restaurant chain.
I didn't even only horrifying places. It seems.
I did not even mention that place for the very reason of.
It
not being workable.
Here it's plains surrounded by mountains and jungle. We've taken the plains.
What realm is the halfway in?
I don't know because apparently they couldn't get back to it. I haven't tried to see if it's gone back. But the halfway in was in a Roman era location, a early Roman era location, but I don't know where it is now. But it is. We should try and see if we can get back to there now, if it's been re-established.
Season 5.
I know, but we can at least say we've tried it. Right, we can't go there. There's the village, although there's no claims to get there, so I don't know how we'd go about getting you there.
You are not encouraging me, he says.
No, as I said, I'm just going through the different locations we've been to. Post-Bug City, that would be a bit of a struggle. You
don't go to a lot of nice places, do you?
Nope. It's not to do with choice. I can tell you that now.
It is. It has been previously noticed.
Melwick's elves are out. That's it.
What happened to Genovia? Are they still?
That's Melwick's.
Okay.
And they don't like elves. Again, there's the whole thing against the elves and the.
Is it just the ears? Races. Can people wear hats?
Well, the thing is, the thing about beastskin is that other races are not too bad, like goblins and stuff are okay. It's just the elves that they have issues with beastskin.
They're surprisingly accepting of everything except elves.
Yeah, except everything except elves, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Would you consider sending the elves to one place and other people to another place?
I don't think that'd be ideal. We started this together. We'd like to stay together.
Yes.
I told them that generating humans would be best, but they listened to me? No. They wanted to be elves because they got extra racial abilities and things that ended up not working anyway. He looked smug.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Burlington's boring, but you'd all be together.
Yes, however, the problem is that first putting a few hundred people there would overload it, I think, to make.
Yes, yeah, I think so.
And second, the kids here are continuing to raid that. It's part of what we get. We normally have spam and other things.
We are in the process of trying to reestablish connections with the world you came from. Just in other parts of it.
Definitely don't want to go there. Some of us are not welcome there.
Well, as you know, Night City got slagged and the surrounds have been nuked. So from that perspective, if you were from Night City, I mean, you could establish elsewhere. But again, it's getting there at the moment. We're still in the process of establishing connections there.
Then, if I may, Joshua,
yes.
He comes forward and puts a hand on your shoulder. I would like to give you a task to help save us. In that, I would like you to find a place where we can all live together peacefully.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That shall be your new quest. Mm-hmm. For a reward, 3 silvers and some old boots. Mm-hmm. Nice.
So I'll put this in. I'll put this in perspective for you. So you at this moment have greater ability at doing that task than I have.
I believe in you. You can believe in yourself. Plus, I know you have a lot of good people that you work with.
I saw my fancy watch someplace that Glenn and I have never visited, but is there a fairy tale area?
No.
It's part of MMO land.
The mushroom circle goes to here.
Okay.
Yeah, it goes to MMO
Well, it looks
land.
like we found it. It's here. Just go travel for a month and there is your spot.
Yeah, and that's the only thing. It's potentially the only place is go somewhere else here and set up base, but then people with boats or other sort of things can get here.
Have you considered taking some siege weapons up into the mountains and destroying the ice tower?
With all that's going on here now, plus we're still worried about other things, plus we have heard reports of a giant dragon to the north. Plus, I've heard rumors that flying cars have been spotted near our allies, the Birdmen area or Bird Persons area. And the bird people have let us know repeatedly that should we violate their area, that they will go to war with us. And so we have a lot on our plate. Plus, we're getting very spread out now and attempting to keep all that going. So we really haven't had a lot of time to lug siege equipment for a few weeks up into the mountains.
Even taking care of the ice tower is not going to take care of this situation. Unfortunately,
I agree. It's more. I don't know if I don't think they're being controlled by the ice tower, but the ice torques are exacerbating the situation.
Yeah, because it's empowering them, so so it's giving them strength and an ability to make them think they can do more.
Yes. At that point, the elf twins come in, your wards, and they rush over and give you hugs and stuff.
I hug them back.
The grandkids are attached to one to each leg. Oh, how they grow. Especially here. Jesus Christ, they're grabbing your legs and stuff. And they're like, Grandpa!
Well, they were like 3 years old when we brought them here.
Yeah, they're older now. They're like in 4, 5, something like that. I don't know. But they're delighted everybody's delighted to see you. Do your quest, he says, giving you a quest. So now 2 major quests. Yes. But he tells you that they will announce that, he says, I believe that announcing that the Stalwarts are going to be looking for a new home for the originals should help ease things.
Yeah.
But and have limited time.
Go ahead and make the announcement that all of the other requests are going to be fulfilled. The ones that they hammered on the door.
Yes. We'll take care of
Forget that part.
Yes, well, yes, of course. Shifty dog eyes. All right, so it appears that you've solved this, but he begins sending. He says, "Is there anything else before I begin issuing instructions and such to my people?" I like assigning Pete a quest, especially after he's been butt fucked so thoroughly, because it makes him know.
It's a quest that there's absolutely nothing I can do about it because.
There'll be all season 5 stuff. Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, exactly. I'm restricted to what lands get revealed in season 5.
Exactly.
Shall we head back to the embassy?
It shows him trying to walk, but he's got 1 grandkid on each leg.
Good, excellent workout.
So are we? We've been here a bit long.
You didn't catch up with Doc Fulton when he was here?
Anytime that they come here, they either hide or they run off. Literally run away.
Well, I mean, as you know, I don't have any abilities anymore, so I've got no way of creating gates or anything to here.
He looks at you as though it's like he hears you talking, but he does not believe you, because to him, you are always the impervious, impenetrable,
yes,
overpowered guy that you were. So he says, so when are you going to be able to take us back?
I don't know, year, 2 years. Well, that's how long it took me.
Children here right now,
and that's how long it took me to get to that point previously.
Amazing.
So it's going to take another year, 2 years to get back to where I was.
They clearly don't believe you.
Unless, and as far as I know, neither Dana or Dana or Glenn here have the ability to move across realms with multiple people.
They look at you like slackers, and
no.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, we need to get back soon, or else the embassy might start falling apart.
All right, I know, and I would like you to be where you're comfortable.
Back and forth is best. It's just getting a ride back or forth seems to be trickier.
Yes.
They're not able to do Clems?
No, tried that, didn't work, unfortunately. Otherwise, if they could do Clems, it would make things so much easier. They can do certain gates. They can't do all gates. They're like other folk. There's certain gates that they can make use of, and certain gates they can't. Which is how I got them here the first time. Was the giant gate that's in the Beastkin Woods? I was able to redirect it here.
Couldn't you
so
just
they're able to come
redirect
through and
another date? They ask you.
Yes. And then, yes, I was able to then go back there and redirect a gate here again, and so they could then use it to get back. But, yeah. And then the next time was Doc, because Doc could shadow walk multiple people. We got into a flying car and flew over here.
Can you shadow walk multiple people yet?
I can barely shadow walk myself at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, the basic ability does 3, right?
Yes, but it's I can't remember. Is it 3 normal people or 3 doors? What's
gets?
Have you got the most? Level. Yeah, I was gonna say, have you got travel show takes 2 days, 3 people max. You must be in place going to 4. This may be attempted once per day. The other issue of shadow walking is the.
Oh no, you can walk background folks with you. So the problem is that
where you turn up.
Yeah. That's the kick in the nuts there, because you may end up being in the Mexico type thing, and you're all taking slaves and have weird alien entities stuck into you and shit.
And you can only shadow walk 2 people. So, for example, I could shadow walk the twins, but not the grandkids.
Oh. How many are there now?
There's 4 people needing transport.
Okay.
I mean, you could play worldwide hide and seek, but
so
we need Doc to do this.
Next season, if he's
17 years.
If does things like a crit or a low success enable more not more people closer to your destination or control of destination?
Crit does, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Right. Now,
so Glenn, do you have any red cards there?
Nope.
All right. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to shadow walk Alana and one of the grandkids, and then come back and do the other 2.
I have. Do you feel lucky?
Too risky, Holmes.
Also, very risky, splitting the party, etc., etc.
I think it will not be risky at all.
Is it like a swelling chorus starting up in the background again?
Yes, everybody's slowly looking over to Holmes and stuff. Dancing around. Several people join him in a line dance type thing.
Right, and we do it.
He has a plan.
I have a plan.
He has a plan, says Darius. His wife's like, oh God, not again.
So we get supplies. We do the 2 days.
Oh, so you're gonna hike with them and stuff? Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Cool. Right. Give me that.
I play a critical. What? I play critical. Limit retrieve it. I then play the critical again for the other 2.
Ooh.
Very, very sneaky.
Change of lyrics. He has cards.
So if either of you have got a limited retrieve, it'd be really good getting that critical back.
Yeah. Unfortunately, no.
All right. So I will take as my 2 new abilities.
Oh, right. Hold on a second, you bastard. Right.
I was saving this. I was saving that for trumps, actually. I thought, I want to learn if I can learn how to do trumps, I'm going to use the crit on the trumps to get the next 2 things on trumps.
Right. So
needs must be needs.
You want to go 1 up is my guess for the first one, the detect power pattern?
Yes.
Okay. Because you got to climb that tree. Here's copy paste. And
obviously, and I'll take one of the other ones from.
I'll read off your choices here. Basic, you can either go Hell Ride, Royal Road, attempt travel through shadow more than or a second time in a day, And yeah.
Yeah, I took Coral Ride was an interesting one, but so what's to go with Hell Ride?
Hell Ride is a sanity losing thing where you go much faster. It takes an hour walking to cross a shadow.
Okay.
Note that fumbling will put you in the worst place the GM can come up with and will strand you there for the day. You'll probably die there as the GM will play as dirty as possible.
Do you have more control where you end up with a Hell Ride?
No, not at that level.
All right. So it's still so it's still somewhere, but it's just really a really quick way to travel, and you got and send loss.
Yeah.
Range is 20 once per day.
So we've got 4 days.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, so basically Shadow Walk there, Clem back, Shadow Walk there.
Yeah, I figured that, yeah. Where in the fuck did I put that?
I'll take Hell Ride. I suspect it may need the lower level one for later on for something higher level out of different ones.
Cool.
And being able to travel somewhere in an hour may come in handy occasionally.
Yes.
I'm assuming like with the normal one, if you're moving in a vehicle or on a horse or whatever, you can do it even faster.
Yes.
Trickle, I thought that was mana tickle.
That'd be a neat spell.
Right. The good news for you, Holmes, is you got to spend plenty of time with the grandkids who are very fond of you for a reason. And I think it's possibly because you're one of the more eccentric grandfathers that they could possibly have. And they dig on that. Plus, they get wander around, and it's really a pain in the ass trying to get them to keep close to when you're walking through shadow and stuff. They're at the run off age, So then you end up going on getting them tracked down and grabbing them up and taking them on through shadow and stuff. So, yeah. But they seem to like you. So there's no further. The only thing that your ward son tells you after you get there is, "I knew you could do it."
Yes.
He looks completely confident that Holmes can do anything, and you've proven him right. So your only hope is to hide from him now forever. So that's what happened when you went to MMO land. You guys are sitting, casting mana tickle on each other for some reason. Perverts. Glenn, drop 2 cards, please.
Got 1 fumble so far. Does anyone want a round revision?
I have assistant D6 damage and critical thinking. So,
Dana?
No, thank you.
Tossing round revisions. This is a confident party. It's like, we will avoid combat all day, Logan. Fuck you. Yes. How you like them apples?
You can't see my tracks. Going to a room to switch my armor and clothes.
Okay. She's like, haha. Right. So you've all arrived together. You're all hanging out again. The grandkids are terrorizing the staff. Foxy looks relieved that they're back. She begins talking to them about stuff, and they're like, "Oh my God, all this stuff! They love it. You can tell they love all the administration shit." If you can find out, like, if this place wasn't so valuable to you, you could definitely use them wherever, just as capable administrators.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that they will start training like someone like additional people like Foxy, training up other people so that when they're away, they've got people they know they can trust to leave in charge.
Sheila causes her own head to explode with a fumble. Yep. Take a D4 damage and lose a D4 additional magic points.
Is that permanent or just until the next it gets
healed up?
Fumble.
At this point, in retaliation, he stuns himself. He stands there going, ah! For a while. Shows one of the grandkids hit him in the nuts as he goes by, going, ah! Yes, this is part of the age of the nut shots, I'm afraid. So beware. Kids have different ages. I remember that when I was really young, I had a little friend, and he would like to go around to people and yell snork and hit them in the nuts as hard as he could until he did it to a stranger in a supermarket who then backhanded him because it was the 70s and you get away with that kind of thing. And that was the last time he ever did that to anybody.
Nice.
So, yeah, the 70s. Anyway, child abuse in the 70s. Fantastic.
Let's switch to painting.
So, are you guys ready to attempt to train Holmes? Is that what you're doing now? That he's
Yep. And I'll be attempting to teach him shape changing. Could you please give me the stuff for Hellride, unless you pasted it in there?
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
No, you're right.
Let's see if there's anything on that video showing.
Glenn, did you just take a bath?
Did I? No, I cast it on you.
Oh, did I just take a bath?
Wait. Shouldn't that be a...
Wrong button. There it is. Here comes Pete. Boom.
And go.
Darkness, Dana.
Oh. Who turned out the light?
And I'm done.
So, we go to the next day of the teaching of the stuff. So, rather than going 2 days at a time, which is much slower, it might be worth it to just try 4 painting rolls and see how many of those you get. Because don't forget, if you make your painting roll and you make your trump roll, even if you fail to teach Holmes, you can still select subjects like whether yourself or somebody else, or here in the embassy if you want an embassy card.
We have to successfully make a trump to teach him?
Yeah.
Wow.
Unfortunately, so.
It's a bitch to teach.
Instead of the oil painting, would he be able to learn trump if we make a successful one out of sketching, which takes much less time?
Yeah, they've tried that.
It has to be an oil painting that you're being taught off of.
Yes.
All righty.
Okay. Maybe we should paint an MMO land. I'd like to get a card of the house there.
You really want to go back there? I thought I told you enough before, but apparently not.
He left, then came back 4 days later.
Oh,
yeah, but I'm not. You could spend the 2 days while I was shadow walking, attempting to create card there. Yes. Obviously, you're not.
I did. I did that.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
Okay.
Well, I would have been with you if you're painting.
Don't forget, you. I don't think you have the embassy cards, do you?
I have the embassy.
Does Dana also?
Nope.
You selfish bastard. Think of her.
We could split up.
Never split the party.
He's already split. We might as well split 3 ways.
Double down.
You got better.
All right. So I also did not successfully paint while Pete was traveling.
Okay. Cool.
You'd get 2 shots at it because it was 4 days all up, so it'd be 2 days. It would be 2 lots, so you'd be able to do your painting twice.
Hey!
Hey!
That's like my first painting that I've ever made that people can tell what it is.
Wow. And
looking good in MMO land.
Yeah. How'd you do on the trumping part?
Haven't gotten there first. Does he need to be there with me for that part?
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
this is more whether or not you manage to create your own trump card of the MMO land or the embassy.
Well, I feel like he might as well watch me since I have a painting right here.
Yeah, no, unfortunately.
He's off traveling with the grandkids when you make it.
Can I just keep it and not? Well, it's a painting.
No, it's making the trump and the painting is all one thing together.
Okay, I got it now.
Nice try, but yes, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
I'm learning more things about this Trump stuff.
There's a lot of different stuff to know.
Nope.
Ah.
I have a very nice painting.
It's too bad you don't have a reverse dice thing. That would just boom.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to get those skills up, as I'm sure you're aware. So, right, after the 4 days of him running his kids over there and them going, I told you, he's like, yes, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Oh, my God. But we call it quality time with the family. Anyway,
yeah.
I'm sure Holmes is very, very fond of his children and grandchildren and all that stuff.
Yes.
But, yeah. So, anyway. After that, where would you guys like to gather and such? Because in the MMO world, things have calmed down a bit, and there's a lot of meetings and things like that, and arguing and such.
I was going to say they should have some town halls so people can then talk about stuff. And
they do.
Yeah.
They're into
how they want to move forward with things.
Yes, they're doing all that governmental shit that I shan't bore you with.
Good.
Let's meet back at the embassy.
All right.
Very well, Mr. Bond. You guys are all back at the embassy, preparing to enter the big paint classes of Doom. Question, do you already have trumps of yourselves?
No.
I'm going to start
that's a good
painting, a trump of Glenn.
All right.
Now, just to say it, I imagine that if a person shapeshifts, the trump will not work unless if they match up with their picture.
It depends on how big the changes are. Like right now, McKay is well and truly fucked for any of the trumps of. Are there actually any trumps of McKay out there?
Nope. Not that. Well, not that. I shouldn't say no. I should say not that I'm aware of.
While you were sleeping.
Well, who knows? Well, the other thing is some of the people in Amber can create trumps without you being there. So I don't know if any of them have created a trump of me, having met me. Martin had a trump created of him by somebody who hadn't even met him. Just by going around talking to people and gathering information about him and getting a description of what he looked like and all that sort of thing, and knowing what his father looked like, someone then created a trump of him. But that's high-end ability, high-end mastery.
At your level of trumping, making trumps and stuff, if somebody changes their appearance, then the trump's fucked.
Unless they change back.
Well, the thing is, the way I look at the moment, I have no control over. That's the shape. I don't have shape shifting to a level where I can change the way I look on this scale, as in physical features type thing. I can only do small stuff. I'm still trying to learn the higher level stuff.
Mm-hmm. So, I recommend, in order to speed up the painting class, just do 4 paint rolls, and then if you succeed in any of those, go on to the other things.
Yeah, that's potentially a good way of doing it. It's working out how many worked and not.
You're muted.
You're still muted. Why have you muted yourself? You are so muted. It's you. You're muted.
There we go.
Yeah.
I made my first one, but I'll keep going to see how many I have to destroy. Or
well, don't forget, you can also do the /roll for D100 thing.
Yeah.
And that rolls them all at once.
Mm-hmm. Like that.
Like that. And you can see one of his paintings is of a very articulated penis. Note the veins.
Put that up on the fridge with all of the other ones.
It just shows a huge, thick wad of bad paintings of God. It's like,
I made a second one.
Hey. Nice.
I'm painting. Thanks, Bob Ross.
So now you've got 2 that you can attempt trumps with.
Yes. So we've been at the Australian embassy. So
they'll be 8 days, basically.
Yeah. But now you just need to roll 2 D100 and see if any of those is your 11 or less for actually making a trump.
Yeah.
And if it is, choose two different subjects or something.
No, I didn't make any trumps. But now I have pictures that aren't penises to put on my refrigerator.
Yay.
All right. So,
Dana.
So, Dana, can you punch me, please? One of the the next level of shape changing is that you heal yourself after you've shape changed, and you can only practice it if you're actually being wounded.
Glenn, mark off 1 useful piece of gear. Tell the GM what you're marking off. If GM doesn't think it's useful enough piece of gear, the GM will choose a piece of gear instead.
You get fumble cards for the amber powers.
Always.
Okay. I will mark off my binoculars.
Fair. If I was the PCs, I would go and buy like 20 sets of binoculars, leave them in the room, take them out one at a time. It's like, damn, my binoculars again. Go to my room. Fuck you.
Well, you said you get a trump card of Sherma, so we can nick over there and get some more binoculars quite easily.
Yep.
I fail to unarmed attack.
No. I'm not moving, so you're at plus 30.
You're at plus 30 if he just stands there going, I need you to hit me as hard as
All right. I made it.
I got this.
Roll some damage.
How much is damage for that? Not very much.
D3. Unless you got a strength bonus, in which case it's D4.
Has your character got an 80 strength or better yet?
No.
Work on it. Do you have an 80 dex or better yet?
1 punch at a time.
Okay.
No.
Just keep beating him.
All right. So that would be a 3.
Yeah, 3 points. Alrighty. So 8D100.
So did Glenn make any of his painting rolls and stuff to teach McKay?
No.
Yeah.
You suck at painting.
So there's one under one of those make it. So who wants to be taught? Which of you two do you want me to attempt to teach first?
Teach Dana. I've got lots of spells.
Okay.
You really do, yes. Go, Dana. You can begin shapeshifting for the kind of women that want the perfect hair and
I'll spend
awesome.
I will spend 1 hero point on it because it is something that I think most of us are going to need to learn because of the whole Logris stuff.
Says Logan.
There you go.
Oh, my God. All right.
Nice.
Wow. You are a great teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Better than the bird.
That damn dead bird still won't teach me air magic.
Oh, let me get you that. What you
and let me just.
Yeah, I can try to teach you.
Oh, actually, both of you guys give me sanity rolls as you got to. Wait, no, you did shapeshift wounds, so no sanity.
No, that was just the normal shapeshift.
Oh, both of you guys give me sanity rolls. You make it at 0.
Wounds is not the base one. I can't teach him that one.
Right. Here's what Dana picked up.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. I see you've expanded the text on it.
Indeed. I'm getting feedback of the voices from somebody.
Yes. I'm hearing myself.
It's probably Scott. Nope, it's not Scott.
Echo.
Now it's gone away. Nope,
yes,
still there.
Still there.
Scott, unmute yourself. Sheila, could you try muting yourself?
Is it still occurring? No.
No.
It is not.
It's her.
That's Sheila.
She's usually so good. I don't know why she turned evil.
I've got a lot of voices in my head. You're hearing my little buddy, maybe.
Oh. Okay.
What tree is this?
Brand new tree called shapeshifting.
Shapeshifting tree.
It's not. Yeah, and it's not magic. It's an ability.
Okay.
But if you get a crit on it, then you get the next higher ability, just like with spells. Practice it often. However, practice can be rough.
Yep. And speaking of which,
what's the sand damage?
If you fail your savvy roll, D4 goes under shapeshifting, which is already on the character sheet.
Roll 8.
What shapeshifting thing did you do, Pete?
I'm just webbing on my toes.
Still in with the feet, aren't you?
Ooh, 2 successes on that one. Well, it's discreet and it's for practice purposes until I get to a comfortable level. Alright, so that means I can do this 3 times.
You don't want to have a big bulbous nose or something?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes! I managed to heal myself. So that gives me a tick in all 3 of them.
I need to start beating again.
Well, if I had the crit, I would have used it on that to get the next one up.
There's some very good shit on all of these trees at higher levels.
Getting to it is the fun bit.
So, you guys have blown through 8 days hanging out around the embassy and whatnot. Holmes is, if I'm not mistaken, quite a devoted grandfather and stuff, constantly reading to him, playing with the kids, etc. He's kind of the polar opposite of Alex Kinley as a father.
Yes, his one ward died.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, Pete, is there anything that you can think of we can do to try to get Sheila's headset to stop giving feedback?
Depends on if it's coming out of speakers as well as the headset.
You have it coming out of speakers too, or just your headphones?
Yeah.
I will experiment.
Neither
one it's coming out of.
She's muted herself,
headphone
so it's gone away.
Huh?
Either...
Oh, it has gone away. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's because she's muted herself.
Either turn down the microphone gain or turn down the headphone volume.
Unless you've got something like what you hear ticked or something like that. Oh yes, or the actual volume of the speakers, but hopefully the speakers aren't that loud, or unless the mic's got amazing pickup.
Or she's gone deaf. Holy shit.
Doesn't have a fuzzy thing on it like mine, so it does pick up a lot of things.
Okay.
All right. Is this any better for right now?
We shall see. Yep, not
so far so
feedback
good.
Now, so far.
Hello.
So
Hooray.
Hello.
Well done.
Hello.
Yeah, we'll eventually get her like the professional microphone with the spit guard and all that stuff. Or I think they call it like a pop guard or something, but I think of it as a spit guard in case you want to spit on your microphone. You can't now.
All right, so let's park that for the moment, and let us go to Gothic. And
we're not doing more painting.
Oh, we can. I just thought we'd knock over Gothic quickly.
Oh, what were we gonna do in the Gothic? I'm sorry.
See if the Mercenary Guild is still in existence.